Together, we've made significant progress in just 7 months. We just have to finish the job.
Straight ahead here at 5, a big milestone that may get more people to roll up their sleeves. The FDA gives Pfizer's vaccine its strongest endorsement.
With the first FDA-approved COVID vaccine, health officials here have new hope that more people will want to get vaccinated.
And an update from the state as it investigates what led up to a woman being badly hurt at Cedar Point.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully it's been a great Monday for you tonight. Top of the hour, 5 o'clock. I'm Jeff Smith.
And I'm Amanda Fay in for Melissa Andrews this evening. We will get to those top stories in just a bit, but first, we want to start with a quick check of your first alert forecast.
Yeah, I hope your arms got a workout today by a lot of fanning going on, Chris.
Just the start of a big extended heat wave as well, and maybe not a fan of that, as we're going to be talking about highs up into the 90s, basically straight through the entire week and into the weekend ahead, and just the heat and humidity that we felt yesterday and again for today, going to be a sign of things to come. Now, right around the upper 80s, near 90 degrees, that heat index is going to be a bit higher, although somewhat kept in check with dew points in the lower 60s, but we're going to see those humidity levels continue to crank up this week. Now, we are dry on first alert, top of the radar, so if you have any evening plans, I do expect we are going to stay dry. Good idea, though, to stay hydrated. If it's after-school sports or practices, they're going to be ongoing this evening. Temperature-wise, most spots right around the upper 80s should get even warmer as we get into tomorrow. And humidity levels from the humid point will be borderline humid to tropical over the next several days. So let's talk the heat and humidity, our hour-by-hour forecast. Have the heat index that's pushing about 90 to 95, and it's going to crank up even more so as we get into Tuesday. We'll start tomorrow morning, upper 60s to near 70. By mid-morning, we're already going to be approaching the low 80s, and then I expect high levels of humidity should take us low to mid-90s for highs tomorrow, and that heat index very likely to feel like 95 to 100 degrees. In fact, very well could top triple-digit readings as we go into the afternoon on Tuesday. And this is going to be a sign of several days of heat and humidity. So it's the extended duration of this one, of the hot and humid weather that's going to be stifling the area. So as we go through midweek, more heat and humidity will continue to build as we get a ridge in the jet stream, continuing to pump that extremely hot air into our area through late August. So here's what to expect. Basically going to get daily chances of at least some scattered shower and storm threats. I think the next chance is going to be very late Tuesday. Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Highs in the low to mid 90s going to be expected for the next couple of days. Low 90s will continue through Thursday into Friday. And just periodic daily chances of a few showers and storms, although there will be many dry hours. And toward the weekend, here's the extent of the heat wave. It does continue for the weekend ahead. Keep that in mind for Saturday and Sunday plans, and then a front early next week. We're looking toward Monday for that front to flush through. That may finally bring some relief for the heat and humidity as we go into early next week. That's a look at First Alert 10-day forecast. Amanda, back over to you.
All right, Chris, thank you. We begin with breaking news tonight. We're learning more about an incident at Cedar Point just over a week ago. The Department of Agriculture tells us a 44-year-old woman from Swartz Creek, Michigan, was hurt when a piece of metal flew off a passing coaster train while she was in line for the Top Thrill Dragster. She was first taken to a hospital in Sandusky and was transferred to Mercy St. V's here in Toledo with a head injury. The Ohio Department of Agriculture says investigations reveal an L-shaped bracket from back of one of the trains is what flew off. It's said to be about the size of an adult man's hand.
In ODA's inspection, it discovered that the green train was missing the plate on the left side of the train body. Half of the bolts which secured the plate to the train body were still in place. The track on which the train returns near the finish line, what is called the brake bracket area, shows signs of impact and deformation.
The Ohio Department of Agriculture had no update on the woman's condition at this time, but says they are in contact with her family.
An 11-year-old is dead after a shooting Friday night in North Toledo. Even though police have not released his name, or have released his name rather, since the death happened Sunday night, we will not at this time do it out of respect for the family. The boy's 14-year-old brother remains in critical condition in the hospital. The shooting happened on Austin Street, and police say there may be multiple shooters involved. Anybody with information is asked to contact Crime Stopper.
Pfizer's COVID vaccine is now fully approved by the FDA for use in people ages 16 and older. Now that it has the same level of regulation as other vaccines, more companies, universities, and local governments are expected to make getting the vaccine mandatory. Amy Redwood has the latest.
Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine is the first to be fully approved by federal regulators. FDA officials hope the approval lifts public confidence in the vaccine among the unvaccinated.
The FDA approval is the gold standard.
President Biden has a message for Americans who vowed to wait for full approval before getting inoculated.
The moment you've been waiting for is here. It's time for you to go get your vaccination and get it today.
Following approval, the Pentagon announced it will require members of the military to get the vaccine, and New York City's public school teachers and staffers must do so as well.
Nationwide, just over half the U.S. population has gotten fully vaccinated, while the vaccines were under emergency use authorizations. But vaccination rates are going up again as unvaccinated patients infected with the Delta variant fills hospitals across the country.
In Louisiana, the number of COVID deaths in that state jumped more than 300% since June. At Our Lady of Lourdes Regional Medical Center in Lafayette, every one of the 24 patients in the main ICU are COVID positive, including 24-year-old Kaylee Rowe, who was unvaccinated and pregnant. Doctors delivered her baby, but Rowe remains on a ventilator.
We booked a family vacation. We thought, like the rest of the world, this isn't that real of a virus.
And as more children head back into the classroom, a CBS News poll finds while the majority of parents support a mask requirement, they are split over vaccine requirements. It found 48% of parents think schools should require a vaccine, while 52% believe schools should not. Amy Redwood, CBS News, New York.
And local health experts are calling the FDA approval for the vaccine a big win. This is as COVID cases continue to climb. Roxanne Elias is at the Toledo Lucas County Health Department, where she spoke to the health commissioner earlier. Roxanne, why do health officials say this is such a big deal?
Jeff, that's because right now vaccinations are picking up here in Lucas County, but still some are very hesitant to go and get that vaccination. Now here at the Toledo Lucas County Health Department, there has been an increase in vaccinations according to the commissioner. That's been between the last 2 or 3 weeks, but there's still some concern because right now our COVID cases range in the 190 per 100,000. Plus, with the Delta variant out there, people who have not received the vaccine could see more severe symptoms. The health commissioner says hopefully now, with the full FDA approval, people will feel more comfortable coming in and getting their shot.
There's a number of individuals that I've heard from that are waiting until, again, like today, get full approval. And so the community, I think in general, will have more acceptance. Those individuals have more acceptance in the community for the vaccine.
The vaccine clinic here at the Toledo Lucas County Health Department is going on from now until 7 this afternoon. You do not have to make an appointment. You can just come and walk in here at the department at till 7. And so reporting live in downtown Toledo, Roxanne Elias, WTOL 11.
Roxanne, thank you. Tonight we're hearing about more kids getting COVID-19, but it's not the only illness doctors are worried about right now. The Ohio Department of Health is reporting respiratory illnesses are on the rise among kids. Emily Cohen joins us now after hearing from those doctors. Emily, what do parents need to know?
Well, doctors say these respiratory illnesses are usually seen in kids around winter, which is why they're calling this an unexpected summer surge. Director of the Ohio Department of Health, Dr. Bruce VANDERHOFF, says on top of COVID-19, hospitals are also reporting more cases of respiratory infections in kids like rhinovirus, parainfluenza, and RSV. Dr. VANDERHOFF says RSV mostly causes mild cold-like symptoms in older kids and young adults, but it can cause more serious symptoms in younger kids like trouble breathing, pneumonia, and bronchitis. Dr. VANDERHOFF adds there are ways to protect yourself and your kids. He says you should choose to be vaccinated, get your flu shot, wear a mask, wash your hands, and practice social distancing.
Do it to protect yourselves, to protect the children around you, and to protect the babies too young to protect themselves, who are vulnerable to severe cases of RSV.
Both ProMedica and Mercy hospitals say they are dealing with respiratory illnesses. However, we are waiting to find out exactly how many. Reporting in studio, Emily Cohen, WTOL 11.
And nationally, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, in just 3 weeks, the number of COVID cases in children more than tripled. And part of the safe return to school comes with a recommendation from the CDC that all students and staff members wear masks. Just last week, the president ordered his cabinet to take action, including possible legal action against governors who ban masking in public schools.
We need to follow the mitigation strategies that we know work. Get the politics out of this. I know my own children, they don't want to wear masks. I have mask fatigue myself, but if it means giving my children an opportunity to be in school, I'm for it.
And while the U.S. Secretary of Education does not have the authority to mandate vaccines for teachers, the secretary said he would support it. He adds that 90% of educators across the country have been vaccinated. Parents of school children are worried about academic gaps, repeating virtual school, social skills, and vaccination rates. Those are some of the back-to-school COVID concerns that top a national poll that just came out of the University of Michigan. The poll's co-director suggests that parents learn about their school's mitigation measures and then talk to their kids about them.
A Tiffin pizzeria known for its charity work is giving back again today, this time to its workers. AJ's Heavenly Pizza will be splitting up all of today's sales between each staff member. This is to celebrate and thank the staff for the 40 years they've been in business. The restaurant, which is on Main Street in downtown Tiffin, is open until 10 o'clock tonight if you want some pizza. Owens Corning Foundation is donating $675,000 to the Toledo Public Schools Foundation. This will help prepare kids for college and help them with their careers. The foundation recently launched its Write the Future campaign. It is a community-wide initiative to make sure that every student entering TPS will graduate prepared to take a positive, productive, and lifelong role in our community. Well, thank you so much for joining us here in WTOL 11 News online.
Absolutely. A little bit different today.
Yeah.
Be sure to watch us later on WTOL 11 at 11. She's probably going to be in bed.
I'll be in bed.
I will be there. The latest news, weather, and sports. We hope you have a great rest of your Monday.